We got some great drivers all battling away for the pole position. The first flying laps are coming in. It's Nathan Tighe who's hit the top spot early on with a 50.618. Not a bad time at all. Oakley Keatley straight in there for second place with Charlie Humphreys in the sixth plate. They're in third position. With number one, Ella Stevens, no major surprises, is there in the top four. The leading rookie thus far is the 57, Ryan Smith, who has been particularly strong over the course of the meeting. In terms of his times, he is getting very, very quick. And after his impressive performance in the Cadet Academy yesterday morning, he has just continued that pace all the way throughout. So things have gone very well indeed from Ryan Smith's point of view. They're in fifth position at the moment. Then we have Dylan Briley, Jamie Gurney, and the 7 of Kylan Ingram. We're going to continue on through the course of the session, of course, as we keep up to date with everything that is happening. And it's very exciting stuff in the Cadets, as it always is. It'll be quite close this year, with several drivers returning and others making their debut. Plenty of novices in the field in 2018. Nathan Tighe on pole position at the moment from Ella Stevens, Charlie Humphreys and Oakley Keatley with Ryan Smith fifth. Jamie Gurney's back on the pace again, up into sixth position. They had some difficulties yesterday. They've got hold of a new kart for this year, and they, for whatever reason, have not quite been able to have the pace that they had last year. Yesterday was a frustrating one for them, but this morning, straight back on the pace. Jamie Gurney coming straight back on the attack, which is absolutely fantastic news. We've had some messages from people around the country. We're very grateful to everyone who are sending their comments. Lionel Uyghur has written in and said, "Go Joe." I guess that's a bit of a shout out for Joe Sheppy, the junior driver. We'll focus on the cadets for the moment. Harvey Hewitt and Alfie Brooks both bigging up Callum Lockett, who is obviously making massive leaps and bounds in this championship. 10th position at the moment in qualifying and looking pretty strong in his first race weekend of the season. Then we have a massive big up to a few of the drivers in the field. Good luck, Charlie, love Dad. That's from Mark Bellett, who's watching at home. And then, of course, we have Jill Gunning, who's giving a massive support to Callum Gunning. Or, of course, it could be Harvey Hewitt and Alfie Brooks who are supporting Callum Gunning. We do have 2 Callums on the grid. So we've got Callum Lockett in the cadets, of course, and then we have Callum Gunning later on in the juniors. We will talk about the juniors, of course, at length when they are out on the circuit. Cadets out at the moment, and as you can see, Nathan Tighe from Ella Stevens, Charlie Humphreys, Oakley Keatley, Ryan Smith and Jamie Gurney in the top 6 at the moment. From Dylan Briley, Kylan Ingram, another fast rookie is Max Fraser in the top 10, in there with Callum Lockett as well, who is showing up on my timing screens as a rookie, although he definitely isn't a rookie. He was racing in the championship for the entirety of last year. So Callum Lockett is not one of the novices. Aidan Hassan in 11th place. Then it's Craig Evans, another one who's been very strong all the way through the weekend. Then we have Jamie Scott from Ali Hussein, Archie Heron, Josh Turnbull, Lily Jeffs, Chase Sharp, Hudson Cross and Jamie Warner. That is the order as it is at the moment, with nobody setting a time longer than 56 seconds. So everybody right on the pace from the get-go. And some strong pace with 3 minutes 45 on the clock. Nathan Tighe leading the way at the moment from Ella Stevens, Charlie Humphreys, Oakley Keatley, Ryan Smith and Jamie Gurney. That's your top 6, and it's looking likely to stay that way with the way things currently are. The drivers still pushing on very hard indeed in the early phase of the race. The sun comes out to cook the circuit just a little bit hotter, and that's definitely going to improve some lap times for a few drivers. But Nathan Tighe currently has the pace at the moment in this first qualifying session of the weekend for the cadets. Nathan Tighe on a 50.473. A good improvement there from Craig Evans. Does a personal best of a 52.875. And that is his personal best. Kylan Ingram has moved up into 7th place ahead of Dylan Briley once again on a 51.289. Nathan Tighe, though, fastest of all, a 50.473, fresh out of the blocks, or as I'm going to call him from now on, Nathan Tighe, Tiny Dancer. He was there at the dummy grid just a little earlier on, warming up with a dance craze the kids are trying to teach me, which is called the floss. I haven't got a clue. I'm never going to pick it up. Anyway, Nathan Tighe, Ella Stevens and Charlie Humphreys in the top 3, and those 3 could well be the ones challenging for the championship this year, although don't count out the likes of Oakley Keatley, 9th in last year's championship, and the top rookie as well. And then, of course, you can't forget Kylan Ingram and, of course, Jamie Gurney, both very fast drivers in the Cadet Championship, and both of them will be wanting a championship assault in 2018. It could be made easier by the fact that the reigning champion, who is here, of course, this weekend, Ella Stevens, is doing a dual campaign in the 2018 season. She's also racing in a couple of other championships as well. So you won't necessarily see her at all the rounds of the birelART UK Series. We live in hope that she will mount a full charge for the championship again. But Ella Stevens not quite old enough to move up yet, of course, to juniors. And so continuing on in cadets as the reigning champion. But there is more to come from her, no doubt, in the 2018 season. And her best racing is still very much ahead of her. And considering she won the Cadet Championship last year, that's got to be a worry for the other drivers out there. The Nathan Tighe, first position at the moment from Ella Stevens, who's just done a 51.356, not running in a gaggle with other drivers at the moment, hence why her lap times are not quite what they could be at this point. But Nathan Tighe from Ella Stevens. Dylan Briley moves back up into 7th place ahead of Kylan Ingram. And Dylan Briley's time is a 51.241. So not a bad time at all from him as he finds himself firmly in the top 10 there. Max Fraser and Callum Lockett. So we've got a few of the novices in there. Hudson Cross is one of the new recruits, the number 15, one of the novices. He's actually showing up as a regular driver, but Hudson Cross is definitely one of our novices. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as the timing continues. But the leading novice at the moment is Ryan Smith, 5th position. The next of the novices is Max Fraser, also in the top 10. So good to see two of our rookies firmly in the top 10. Then we have Craig Evans from Ali Hussein, Jamie Scott, Hudson Cross, who is one of the rookies as well, Archie Heron, Josh Turnbull, Lily Jeffs, Chase Sharp, and Jamie Warner. Now, Chase Sharp is one to watch because he's been doing an awful lot of testing going into this season. And he was actually going to be making his debut a little later in the year, but he begged and pleaded with Father Henry and said, come on, I really want to get this done now. I want to get racing. And he said, okay, he relented. So they're going to have an absolutely brilliant time of it. So the battle is going to be very exciting as things progress. So we had some issues with the live timing this morning. Not with the live timing, my apologies, with the Alpha live stream. We're just waiting confirmation that the Alpha Live production team are now running the live stream. We're just making sure that is running. So I'll just wait for confirmation that we are back up and running again. We were getting it back in 2 minutes, by the way, folks. So just to let you know, we are getting live timing back up again, the live stream back up again in 2 minutes' time, just to keep you up to date. So for those who are listening around the circuit, the live stream will be back up again via Facebook Live in just a couple of minutes' time. So good to see all of the battling is going to be very, very exciting. But the qualifying session has come to a conclusion, and it's going to be Nathan Tighe who draws first blood. Nathan Tighe, pole position for the first race of the season, and he'll be very happy with that indeed. Nathan Tighe from Ella Stevens, Charlie Humphreys in 3rd from Oakley Keatley, Ryan Smith, Jamie Gurney, Dylan Briley, Kylan Ingram, Max Fraser, and Callum Lockett in the top 10. So 2 novices, 2 rookies within the top 10, and they are Ryan Smith and Max Fraser. Very good work indeed from those 2 rookies who have put in a very good performance indeed there. Then just outside the top 10, we have Aidan Hassan, Craig Evans, Ali Hussein, Jamie Scott, Lily Jeffs, Hudson Cross, Archie Heron, Joshua Turnbull, Chase Sharp, and Jamie Warner. So a really good start to the season from these guys. The grid is actually very close together. 4.5 seconds covers the entire field, which is a lot tighter than it was last year at the same point. So brilliant pace from the cadets. Obviously, a lot of those rookies who have come through the academy on the Saturday mornings throughout the season in 2017 have come through and have proven to be very quick, fresh out of the blocks. And Nathan Tighe on pole position from Ella Stevens, but 4.5 seconds covers the entire cadet field. Very good news in the early stages of the season. So, pick out your favourite drivers and cheer them on. There's going to be an awful lot of social media banter, I'm sure, from the folks watching back home as the qualifying sessions are underway. And again, we're not far away from confirmation of the live stream coming back online. And once we have that confirmation, then of course we'll be able to start sharing some of those messages that you guys are sending from all across the country and all across Europe, of course, as well. A lot of people listening in via Downforce UK radio and keeping an eye on social media from all over the country and all over Europe as well. We've got several people listening in from all over the place. So we'll keep up to date, as we always do, through the 2018 season from the birelART UK Series paddock, the championships that I like to call the British touring cars of national karting. It's all very even. The gameplay is very, very close. And everybody is in equal equipment. The same tyres, the same engines, the same chassis, all of the same bits and pieces. So everything is absolutely perfect. On the timing screens, our cadets are all suited up and are ready to go. So I think what we'll have to do is try and figure out how many minutes have we got till we're sent out. I think we've still got a couple of minutes left, haven't we? So we'll see if we can get 6 minutes. So we've got time to go and speak to a few of the drivers down here on the dummy grid. So let's see if we can have a word with a few of them. Well, I think first of all, we should speak to our man at the very front of the grid, Nathan Ty. Practicing your floss?
Yeah. Practicing for a long time, only just been able to do it though.
You've only just got it sorted, haven't you? I still can't do it. How's your speed, Gil? It's looking pretty good out there at the moment.
I think we've got a good chance of doing well today. The car's going really well. Been really consistent this weekend so far.
Fantastic. So hopefully there's at least one, but potentially even 2 or 3 wins today.
Hopefully.
Okay, good job. Have a good one. So that is Nathan Ty from the front of the grid. Let's see who else we can have a quick word to. I like to shuffle it up and not just focus on all of the rows of the grid. Let's have a quick word with Jamie Gurney. Jamie, tough start yesterday, but the car is looking so much faster today. That's much better.
Yeah, I think our tyres yesterday were completely busted and these ones are a lot better.
So now that you're back in the sharp end of the field where you belong, do you think that there's a good chance to crack the top 3 today?
Yeah, good chance.
Good man. Well, let's hope you do it. Have a good one. So it's Jamie Gurney. Let's see who else we can... Sorry?
Novice.
Novices, yeah. We'll go for the leading novice. That's a very good idea. Let's have a quick word with our man at the sharp end. I have to say, first race out of the blocks, Mr. 57. You've done an absolutely cracking job.
Thanks.
So what's the game plan from here? Can you push even further forward?
I'll try to.
So what part of the circuit are you really favouring? What's your favourite part of the track?
The final band.
You really like Raymond's. A lot of drivers really struggle there. How are you finding it?
Quite good.
Awesome. Okay, let's light them up. Good job. Actually, while we're talking about novices, we should probably have a chat with the other novice in the top 10 as well, who's making his debut this weekend, Max Fraser. That's not bad, is it? Top 10, first time out. That's exactly what you wanted.
Yeah, it is.
So what's the game plan from here? You're obviously in the middle of the pack. What's your strategy?
To try and overtake first novice.
Okay, sounding like good. Okay, so you've got a couple of places to make up. Good job. Keep it up. So the cadets working very well. A few drivers now just getting into the zone. Let's have a quick word with Callum, actually. Callum Lockett, one of our easily the most improved driver over the last 12 months. Callum, great to see you at the sharp end, mate. Things are looking good.
Yeah.
Okay, so talk us through how you've made the changes from last year to this year, where all that speed has come from.
Not braking so hard into the corners and just trying to follow and carry on.
Fantastic. So now that you're in this position, you've not got too many in front of you. How are things looking?
Good.
Okay. Have a good day then. Have a good one at the office. So we're still working on the media strategy of these cadets. They're getting there, though. There are some chatty ones. And I think if I start getting into their mindset a little bit more before the start, it's going to start to get to them. So we'll leave them to it and get them ready for the start of the race. But what a fantastic grid of cadets we've got this year. 1.5 seconds from the front, well, 4.5 seconds, sorry, from the front to the back. And plenty of drivers with a great chance to go for the victory. I can see at least 12 people in the top 12 who have the chance to win the race at the end of the day today. So great work from the cadets, and they are looking absolutely resplendent this year, with some amazing colour schemes. That's one of the other things I like. Although we've got the birelART colours, of course, up and down the grid, a lot of drivers decide that they want their own spin on things in the way that their karts look. And there are some great colour schemes. In particular, Craig Evans' new machine, the number 98 with the squad blue and white livery, looks very, very cool. And obviously, we've got Max Fraser's car. They've got their own team livery, the Fraybro Racing colours. You're going to see 2 of those over the course of the year because, of course, we've got Jake Fraser turning up a little bit later in the season as well, making his debut at fullback. And all the way up and down the grid, we've got some very cool colour schemes. Obviously, that beautiful green, black and white and silver of Aidan Hassan's, the number 55, always looks good. Just behind him as well, Ali Hussein's car looks absolutely mega as he gets himself underway from the 7th row of the grid. And even Lily Jeffs, the number 54, that purple and yellow colour scheme looks absolutely superb. There's a lot of great colours up and down this grid in the cadets. Always really good to see. And we're going to get some great racing from these guys, no doubt. The cadets always give us good value. and they'll do it 3 times over the course of the day for the heat, the pre-final, and then the final, with great racing from the cadets, pretty much guaranteed. So over the course of the day, I will do my best to try and grab as many drivers to speak to as humanly possible, but I do apologise in advance, because obviously these guys have got racing to do. I don't want to step on people's toes just to go and grab an interview, especially considering I haven't got somebody of the intelligence or wit of Chris McCarthy or Alex Goldschmidt or Martin Brundle, Ted Kravitz or anyone like that to run up and down the pit lane. I can't do it that fast. So I'll do my best to grab whoever I can. So, for the very first time in 2018, it is time to get racing underway in the birelART UK Series paddock. The green flag waves and the cadets go out onto the circuit. So it's going to be a very exciting day at the office for several drivers, some of them, of course, making their debuts in the 2018 season. And we've got a really exciting grid ahead of us. We've got Nathan Tye, Charlie Humphreys, Ella Stevens and Oakley Keatley towards the sharp end. So let's talk you through the starting grid at the front end of the grid. Hopefully we'll get our grid graphic up as they go round on their rolling laps so that we can see who is in which position around this rolling lap. Unless we've already seen it. Oh yeah, there it is. I thought it would get there eventually. So Nathan Tye and Ella Stevens, 2 of the title contenders last year, and we'll file up on the grid once again. Charlie Humphreys and Oakley Keatley alongside on the second row of the grid. On the third is Jamie Gurney, starting alongside the rookie Ryan Smith. And then, of course, we also have Dylan Briley in there on the fourth row of the starting grid alongside Kylan Ingram. Then we have the rookie Max Fraser alongside Callum Lockett. And then it's Hassan, Evans. Then we have Hussein and the 49 making their way to the start. Here we go. And is it going to be a clean start? Yes, it is. We are racing. Cracking start from the first row of the grid. Nathan Tye pops into the lead of the race. Ella Stevens in second place. Good start in there as well as the rest of the field continues to motor their way around the circuit. They disappear from my view, but fortunately I have the live stream to talk me round. There is the man in front. No problems at all for Nathan Tye at the front end of the field. Charlie Humphreys has knotted his way into third position behind Ella Stevens. Fourth place, the 9 of Oakley Keatley. Right up at the sharp end, exactly where he needs to be. They make their way up towards the chicane at the Dell. Into the right, the left. Plenty of speed out of the right-hander to get you back onto the hanger straight. And it's a cracking start to the race from Nathan Tye, who's broken clear just a couple of kart lengths from Ella Stevens, but Charlie Humphreys is closing in big style. They go into Raymond's for the first time, and it's a cracking lead. Tye, Stevens, Humphreys, Keatley. Fifth is Jamie Gurney in front of the rookie, the 57 Ryan Smith. Dylan Briley's right in there having a crack. But Ryan Smith right in there in the top 6. Great work from him. Briley 7th. Then it's Fraser, Ingram, Hassan, Lockett, Evans, Scott, Jeffs, Heron, Cross, Sharp, Turnbull, Warner and Hussein. So Hussein was the only one who had a little bit of an off there on the first lap. So he will obviously be making up progress, but his speed in qualifying suggests that he should have a pretty good go of it. But how about this? The star turn at the moment in the top 6 is Ryan Smith, doing an absolutely fantastic job in the top 6 as he battles away for the first weekend of the 2018 birelART UK Series Cadet season. And he's right in there, hunting down Jamie Gurney. Can he make the move into Raymond's for the first time? No, he thinks better of it. He's got plenty of time. But Ella Stevens has got Charlie Humphreys breathing down her neck at the moment. 6 minutes and 15 on the clock. And it's going to be a tough battle from here on in. The drivers still working very hard around the circuit. Nathan Tye, Stevens, Humphreys, Keatley, Gurney, Smith, Briley, Fraser, Ingram, Hassan, Scott, Jeffs, Evans, Heron and Cross. So it looks as though we've had a bit of an incident on the last lap. I didn't see that, unfortunately, but Callum Lockett has dropped back now to 19th position, just in front of Hussein. But it's a long race for these cadets, the first heat, and it will obviously give drivers a good chance to battle away for position. Up through the Dell once again. Nathan Tye having a great run, and it looks as though Jamie Gurney's under some massive pressure from Ryan Smith. Dylan Briley in there as well in 7th position, trying to close up. And the other rookie in the contingent, Max Fraser, has got himself right up in there as well. So this could be a very close battle. But Tye, Stevens, Humphreys, Keatley, Gurney, Smith, Briley and Max Fraser in the top 8. Kylan Ingram is struggling a little bit to hold on to them at the moment, but he is still there in the mix in the top 10. Leading the charge behind them, we've got Jamie Scott leading the rookies battle. Lily Jeffs is in there as well, up to 12th place now from Craig Evans and Archie Heron. Hudson Cross 15th from Turnbull, Sharp, Warner, Lockett and Hussein. So a really good battle this is at the moment, but Nathan Tye is hanging on to the lead from Ella Stevens, who's gaining the ground just a little by little up towards the Dell. Looks like Ryan Smith's going to have a bit of a go at Jamie Gurney, and he's going to need to because he's got Dylan Briley and Max Fraser close in behind. So if he's going to make the overtake, it needs to be into Raymond's this time, really, because he's going to have some pressure from Dylan Briley to get the same move done. Not quite enough space to get it done this time, but there is Dylan Briley breathing down his neck, hoping for a good shot at things. Still no change in the top 3. It's a very clean start to the season from the Cadets as they continue to battle away. Great spirits from the drivers as well as they continue to battle. The battle further back is a good one too. This is Jamie Scott hanging on to the 98 now of Craig Evans, having made his way past Lily Jeffs. And then we've got Archie Heron in the mix as well. Heron's a pretty quick character as well, so he will want to try and get a good battle in there. Lily Jeffs going for Evans. Evans drifts a little bit wide. Jeffs trying to come up alongside. Not quite going to make the move on the inside that time by. But the leaders are coming back onto the hangar straight, and it looks to me as though there could be a challenge from Charlie Humphreys to get up into second position on Ella Stevens. Hasn't quite got close enough yet. Here comes the move from Smith. Smith is going to get up the inside of Jamie Gurney into Raymond's, and he's there. Can he shut the door on the exit? Yes, he can, but it's going to be 3 wide on the exit. Gurney's still going to be alongside him. Gurney pops back onto the inside, and that is how to go battling in the Cadets. Good work from Gurney to hang on there, but great gusto from Ryan Smith to get himself in the mix. Dylan Briley almost got through as well, so good defensive. Now Briley is going to go for the move on the inside. Smith is going to have to drift out wide to hold Briley at bay, and that's great defensive work from Ryan Smith. Terrific stuff there to hang on to the place, but it looks to me as though Briley is still going to have a challenge. And as he goes again, Ryan Smith shuts the door once more. Good driving, and Dylan Briley's actually dropped behind Max Fraser in a result of that. So Fraser is there in 7th place. Good work from Fraser too. Now here they come down the hangar straight. The leaders still very tightly bunched together. Humphreys is working closely onto the back of Ella Stevens. Not quite ready to go for the overtake, but definitely setting her up for a challenge with just under 3 minutes to go. Into the hook. Right, left, right, then dropping down the bomber straight. And this is where they're going to get a good opportunity. Several lines into Surtees. You've got to time it just right. Ty's looking good in front of Stevens. Stevens is putting the pressure on him, though, because Charlie Humphreys is closing in, and Ella Stevens knows that there's going to be a real challenge from Nathan Tye if things continue on the way they go. Oh, there's a great battle further back as we've got the 100 now leading the charge. That's Hudson Cross in with the likes of Ali Hussein, Callum Lockett, Chase Sharp, Josh Turnbull and Jamie Warner. Even at the tail end of the field, there's a great battle in this Cadet Championship. There always is. They always battle from the front to the back. Now we've got this battle behind the 4th place man, Oakley Keatley. Keatley is kind of in no man's land here in 4th position, really, because he's dropped off the leaders, but he's got space on the 5th place battle. Now, if those 4 start working together, I know there's only 2 minutes to go, but if they work together, they could catch Oakley Keatley, and one of them could be lucky enough to pop up into 4th position, so it could happen for them. Further back, the rookies are having a sensational squabble. Craig Evans has just gone to the front of that little train with the 49 in there of Jamie Scott. Lily Jeffs and Archie Heron. They're having a great squabble, those 4. But the battle for 5th position is getting quite tight. Jamie Gurney hanging on to his advantage in front of Ryan Smith, Max Fraser and Dylan Briley as they squabble over 5th place, trying to close up on Oakley Keatley at the same time. But the man who looks like he's got the biggest threat out of this looks to me like it's going to be Ryan Smith, and Dylan Briley has got past Max Fraser on this lap. Now Briley's going for 6th place. Can he make the move on Smith? No, he has to back out of it. Into Raymond's, but Dylan Briley definitely making some good moves here as he gets up into 7th place once again. And it looks to me as though Ryan Smith trying to edge Jamie Gurney away from the train. But they're running out of time. They're going to have to start doing something pretty spectacular. Briley tries to make the move on the inside of Smith and nearly loses the place to Max Fraser. That was brave from Dylan Briley, but he wasn't quite in a position to make the move stick. But good work to get himself back in a position. Great battles everywhere you look. So just behind this, we've got the 9th place man, Kylan Ingram, in front of Aidan Hassan. Then it is that squabble for 11th between Evans, Scott, Heron and Jeffs. Then it is Ali Hussein from Hudson Cross, Callum Lockett, Chase Sharp, Josh Turnbull and Jamie Warner. Great racing from them. And Ella Stevens has caught right up to the back of Nathan Tye, and I think it's going to be the penultimate lap this time by. We've got 20 seconds on the clock, so it's going to be this lap and then the next one. So Ella Stevens has got away from Charlie Humphreys. Now she's going to want to try and make the move to get past Nathan Tye, but Nathan Tye is a tough nut to crack. He will not give Ella Stevens the space that she craves. So she's going to have to work very hard indeed and pull something out of the bag here to get past Nathan Tye. Tye's been working very hard all weekend. Can Ella Stevens get there? She is the reigning champion. She's got plenty of pressure on her shoulders to prove that she's still the top dog. But she's got to work hard to get there. Through the left and through the right. Back onto the hanger straight once again. Ella Stevens close, but not close enough to get the move. That's the important thing. Meanwhile, further back, Dylan Briley has gone into 6th place. Dylan Briley's made the move to get into P6 with a cracking bit of overtaking, and now trying to make the way past onto the back of Jamie Gurney for 5th position. Briley's looking really strong out of Raymond's. Almost gets alongside Gurney out of the turn. So this is great racing. But now Nathan Tye is in defence mode, trying to stop Ella Stevens coming through to take the lead. Nathan Tye continues to defend. Ella Stevens has been here time and time and time again, trying to steal a victory on the last lap, but she's done it so often. Can she do it this time here at Llandow as they make their way towards that tight right-hander? Up towards the Spitfire straight now, and Ella Stevens is right in there at the Dell. Right, left, right onto the hanger straight. She's only going to have one chance of the overtaking move, and Nathan Tye's being ultra defensive down to Raymond's. Is this going to be a victory for Nathan Tye? He hangs on in there in the final hairpin. Ella Stevens is going to get the undercut. They're going to be side by side for the line. Ella Stevens is going to get there. Oh, magnificent. Terrific. Stevens gets there by 0.011. The first overtaking move from Stevens, and she does it on the line. Superb! Humphreys is 3rd, Keatley is 4th. From Gurney, Fraser in the end up to 6th place to lead the rookie charge. Briley in 7th. From Ryan Smith in 8th place. Then it's Ingram and Hassan. Evans is going to come home as the winner of the rookie battle further back. Then it's Archie Heron who gets up to 12th place. Great work from him. Jamie Scott and Lily Jeffs in there as well. And then it's to the line between Hussein and Lockett as they battle home. Then it's going to be the 100, I think. No, it's the 83. Josh Turnbull has come through on the last lap. Then it's Hudson Cross, the 85 of Chase Sharp, and then Jamie Warner in 20th place. My goodness, what a race to start the day. The Cadets going right to the finish line, at the line. That was Ella Stevens' first opportunity to go for the move, and she took it by 0.011. What a start to the season. There we go then. Ella Stevens is your race winner from Nathan Tye, Charlie Humphreys, Oakley Keatley, Jamie Gurney, Max Fraser, Dylan Briley, Ryan Smith, and then the top 10 is rounded out by Kylan Ingram and Aidan Hassan. Your leading rookie is Max Fraser, but the race result gives Ella Stevens her first victory in her title defence. Amazing stuff here to start the day at Llandow. And it's going to be an absolutely fantastic second race of the weekend for them. The pre-final, which will give us another indication as to who's got the best of the rest of it over the course of the next few races. So we've got the second run of the grid, and that is Oakley Keatley in there behind, alongside Charlie Humphreys, of course. Jamie Gurney and Max Fraser on the 3rd row of the grid. Dylan Briley and Ryan Smith on the 4th row of the grid, with Kylan Ingram and Aidan Hassan finishing off the grid. And is it going to be a green? Yes, it is. It's a cracking start from Ella Stevens, and Charlie Humphreys breaks straight through and into 2nd position. And there's contact as Nathan Tye keeps his foot in. Kylan Ingram goes off the road and rejoins in about 5th or 6th position. Dylan Briley's gone as well. And there's a few of them that have ended up collaterering together there at the hooks, for the first time. A very controversial start to this race as Nathan Tye keeps his foot in with Charlie Humphreys trying to go around the outside, and Humphreys is ended up tipped into a spin. Now, I'm fairly sure there's going to be some conversation about that one, but all of that means is that Ella Stevens finds herself in the lead of the race from Nathan Tye, and Oakley Keatley in 3rd from Jamie Gurney and Max Fraser. who's up into 5th position, the leading rookie. If you've only just joined us on the live stream or on Downforce UK Radio, cracking action as Fraser now goes for 4th position on the inside of Raymond's. Jamie Gurney hangs it out there. He's not going to lose the place if he can help it. Now Kylan Ingram and Ryan Smith are getting in the action as well as they tag onto the back of Fraser. Then it's Hassan, the 49 in there of Scott, and then Archie Heron, as several drivers trying to work their way back through. Charlie Humphreys is down to 18th place as a result of all of that. So a big moment at the start of this race then in the pre-final of the Cadets as Charlie Humphreys is tipped into a spin and all sorts of carnage ensues. Several drivers going off over the grass at the hook for the first time. But out in front it is Ellis Stevens being chased down by Nathan Tighe. So the roles are reversed from the last race. Oakley Keatley is in 3rd position. He's gone with them. And then in P4, it is Jamie Gurney in front of Max Fraser. Fraser's got a good line out of the Parliament turn as they go down the hanger straight. This time Fraser wants the place and Kylan Ingram's going to try and get air on the inside as well to move up into 5th position. But Max Fraser's got Jamie Gurney helping him out. So up into P4 goes Max Fraser. The rookie is in P4. What an amazing run this is from Max Fraser today. He is absolutely on it. Ellis Stevens leads the way from Nathan Tighe and Oakley Keatley, but Max Fraser is in P4. The novice has come in for this first season. They were absolutely addicted to the academy last year, Max Fraser and his brother Jake, and now Max is in P4 in his first meeting in the Cadets. We have got ourselves a little superstar here. 5th place, Kylan Ingram. Jamie Gurney in 6th place, so he's lost a couple of places, but now Ryan Smith is in there behind as well, looking for a move. Can Ryan Smith get the job done on Jamie Gurney? He's going for it. Kylan Ingram has a go at Max Fraser. Ingram gets up in a 4th position. That's where he will want to be. Brilliant move. And still Max Fraser hunts him down around the outside and gets the place back again. Max Fraser's not driving like a rookie. He's driving like an established guard. Brilliant. Meanwhile, Nathan Tighe has caught up to Ellis Stevens as they run onto the far side of the circuit through McQuarters. Nathan Tighe right on the back of Ellis Stevens, and Ingram's now through in a 4th position on Fraser. Fraser stops Gurney coming through, but Smith is going to have a go at Jamie Gurney. And catching up to all of them is Aidan Hassan. Hassan's going to try and move up, and that's Fraser back on the inside of Ingram to take 4th position back again. Now Ryan Smith is along the inside of Jamie Gurney. Smith is through into P6. Good move there from Ryan Smith as he gets himself up into 6 at the Dell. Brilliant racing in the second of the cadet races this year as Kylan Ingram makes the move on Max Fraser again into Raymond's. Can Fraser hold it round the outside and cut back on Kylan Ingram? No, Ingram's going to get the place this time. Fraser's still there in P5 from Ryan Smith, Jamie Gurney and Aidan Hassan in 8th place. Then it is young Craig Evans in 9th from Archie Heron and Jamie Scott. Then it's... that's then going to be Ali Hussain from Callum Lockett, Charlie Humphreys and Lily Jeffs from Dylan Briley, and then Josh Turnbull, Chase Sharp, Hudson Cross and Jamie Warner. What terrific race action this is as Ellis Stevens still battles away with Nathan Tighe. Nathan Tighe's caught him right up. Nathan Tighe's caught her right up, I should say. Sorry, Ellis Stevens. I'm so used to the previous race when Nathan Tighe was being caught by Stevens. Now the roles are reversed as Nathan Tighe catches right up to Ellis Stevens into the hairpin. She knows exactly where to place the card. She's not looking back. She's consistently looking forward as Nathan Tighe has caught her right up. But there is still a good battle to be had. And if these two tussle, Oakley Keatley is right there for the taking. Ingram's now through to 4th. Up to 5th. Is going to... Oh, contact between Hassan and Gurney. Hassan and Gurney come together. And Jamie Gurney's really annoyed at that because he was side by side with Smith. And Hassan just put himself onto the inside. And unfortunately, there was not enough room for all of the carts to go together. And now Ryan Smith makes the move on Max Fraser. So Ryan Smith is now the leading rookie. Great racing all around the circuit. Once again, as now Nathan Tighe has got right up to Ellis Stevens. Is he going to make the move on her down towards Raymond's? Ellis Stevens looks back. She knows it's coming. Well, no, Nathan Tighe's going to wait. I think Nathan Tighe's going to do to her what she did to him at the end of the first race. Just try and overtake her in the final bend and sprint to the line for the victory for pole position for the final. So Nathan Tighe working his magic at the moment on the back of Ellis Stevens, and there's a little bit of a contact further back. That's two carts coming a little bit too close to each other. I think that's Ali Hussain trying to make a move on the inside of Josh Turnbull and not quite getting the job done. Easy mistake for the rookies though. But the rate of progression of these rookies this season is terrific. Meanwhile, Kylan Ingram has got himself further up the field. He is now up at a 4th place ahead of the battling Fraser and Smith. Those two still battling to be the best rookie. Terrific stuff from these guys as they continue to charge away. Nathan Ty still holding on to the back of Ella Stevens for the lead of the race, not going for the move yet. Third place Keatley, fourth place Ingram, and now Ryan Smith in front of Max Fraser again. And then Aidan Hassan's gone with them. So Hassan trying to get the top 5. That would be a great result for Aidan Hassan to break the top 5 in the first weekend of the season as Aidan Hassan continues to push after the two rookies, Ryan Smith and Max Fraser, going full guns blazing. Hassan in there as well. Then Jamie Gurney has recovered to 8th place ahead of Evans and Humphreys. Archie Heron 11th from Dylan Briley and Callum Lockett. Ali Hussein, Lily Jeffs, then Jamie Scott, Josh Turnbull, Chase Sharp, Hudson Cross and Jamie Warner. So Ella Stevens still hanging on in front of Nathan Ty as they go into the Dell. Right, left, and then right. This time Nathan Ty's a lot closer to Ella Stevens than he's been before, but surely not going to make the move yet. They're going to stretch out that gap and push further away. Nathan Ty works with Ella Stevens. They're just trying to get away from Oakley Keatley. He knows that there's no point going for the overtaking move until they get into the penultimate lap, and we're not quite there yet. Oakley Keatley, 3rd position. 4th, Kylan Ingram. 5th is now Smith in front of Aidan Hassan and Max Fraser. So Hassan's made the move for P6. Good work there from Hassan to get himself into the top 6 and chase down Ryan Smith. Jamie Gurney's going pretty quickly, driving angry, clearly, is helping his pace because he's getting some fast laps in at the moment. 51.9s at the moment, so getting closer to the guys in front. Aidan Hassan's on about a similar pace. So great stuff and magnificent battling at the moment. And still these two battle away. Ella Stevens and Nathan Ty. They come onto the hanger straight once again. Nathan Ty will work with Ella Stevens to get away from Oakley Keatley. No overtaking moves yet. Into Raymond's. And now we've got 2 minutes 25 plus 1 lap left of the race. Oakley Keatley staying comfortably in 3rd position. It's going to be his first top 3 finish in the Cadets since joining the championship last year. He was the rookie champion in 2017. Now he's a race winner contender. How about this battle for 5th position? Ryan Smith, Aidan Hassan and Max Fraser. 2 rookies and the man who was fighting to be lead rookie last year and did it on a couple of occasions through the season. So Aidan Hassan battling away with these 2 young talents. Ryan Smith in 5th position and in behind him, that is Max Fraser. So it's a rookie sandwich at the moment. Aidan Hassan is the meat. Down into the right-hander. And down the Spitfire straight, up towards the Dell once again. Hassan's got big pressure from Max Fraser. Fraser's giving him a lot of aggro. Into the Dell once again. Fraser's not quite close enough to make the move on Aidan Hassan. No change between Stevens and Ty at the front. Don't worry about them. They're still stretching out the advantage. 1 minute and 25 to go. Getting towards the business end of this race, but there's going to be one more lap at least for these guys before they start battling, because we're going into the penultimate lap next time around. And they will know that. So still these two continue to race out front. Nathan Ty and Ella Stevens. They're currently chasing down the 101 of Jamie Warner. It looks to me as though we've had a retirement, and that looks to be Josh Turnbull. Either that or he is, has he just been lapped by the leaders, actually. He might well have been lapped. I can't see him anywhere out on the circuit, so I think that is where it's got. Nathan Ty's got the lead. I didn't say where Nathan Ty got through, but Ty's got through into the lead on Ella Stevens. So Nathan Ty made the jump. And now we've got 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go for Nathan Ty and Ella Stevens, with Ty this time out in front. So Ella Stevens is going to have to play catch-up now. I think Nathan Ty was hoping to use the back marker to try and slice in between the 2 of them. But Nathan Ty looking for his first win of the season. Ella Stevens is still there in 2nd place, though, hustling once again. It's just like it was last time round. But last time, Ella Stevens got the jump on Nathan Ty and managed to get the overtake. There's a great tussle between the rookies further back as we've got Evans fighting away with Ali Hussein, Lily Jeffs and Jamie Scott. They're having a great battle. Meanwhile, Nathan Ty is getting held up behind one of the back markers there. That's the 100 of Hudson Cross. They just about get out of the way, but Ella Stevens has got right up to the back. Nathan Ty is going to have to defend here. Out of the hairpin, Ella Stevens is going to try and cut up the inside and get him back, but now we go into the last lap. Oh, no, we don't. We're going to get 2 laps to go, I think. No, we are going to get the last lap board this time by, I think. Well, I'm not sure, because we didn't quite have time out. So I think we're going to have 1 more lap of it. Yes, we are. So, this is the last lap, we're being told. So this is the last lap. Okay, so Nathan Ty and Ella Stevens will fight on into this final lap. And look what Ella Stevens is doing. She's sizing herself for the same move that she pulled earlier. Can she do it again in the final hairpin? Nathan Tighe trying to go defensive in the Spitfire straight into the dell. He's hanging on to it for the moment, but as they come out of the dell, onto the hanger straight, this is where Ella Stevens got him last time, but this time he's a little further in front. Surely this time Nathan Tighe's going to get the job done. Out of the final turn, the checkered flag is ready to fly, and this time Nathan Tighe does it in front of Ella Stevens. Terrific work. Third position is going to be Oakley Keatley. Fourth place is going to be Kylan Ingram in front of Smith and Fraser from Aidan Hassan. Another top 6 finish from young Max Fraser, but the first rookie home is Ryan Smith. Great result for him to be up in the top 5. 2 rookies in the top 6 is a great start to the season. Aidan Hassan 7th from Jamie Gurney and Charlie Humphreys. There might be some words later, but Dylan Briley is 10th. Archie Heron 11th from Callum Lockett, Craig Evans, and then it is Ali Hussein from Jamie Scott, Lily Jeffs, Hudson Cross, Chase Sharp and Jamie Warner, with the retirement in the end for Josh Turnbull. And it's a real shame for him because Josh Turnbull has been working very hard all weekend. There's your result. Nathan Tighe from Ella Stevens, Oakley Keatley, Kylan Ingram, and then Ryan Smith rounds out the top 5. Max Fraser, the young rookie, is in there as well from Aidan Hassan and Jamie Gurney. And then we have Charlie Humphreys and Dylan Briley rounding out the top 10 from Archie Heron and Callum Lockett, Craig Evans and Ali Hussein. Then it's Jamie Scott, Lily Jeffs, Hudson Cross, Chase Sharp and Jamie Warner. With the retirement from the race, Josh Turnbull. But it's one apiece now for Nathan Tighe and Ella Stevens. They have a victory each and a second each. Their final battle will be the one for the final later, which will determine where they end up finishing the entire race meeting. It's going to be a very close one and very good stuff. Great battle between Nathan Tighe and Ella Stevens, and it's only just getting hectic at the moment between those two. We've got the drivers for the juniors waiting, ready to go, and that is going to be the next race out on the circuit. And I'm getting very excited about who's going to win that one. So the cadet drivers are getting themselves into position as the racing gets underway for the final time here today, and there's been some pretty stellar performances from a lot of the young drivers out there on the starting grid. There's Jake Fraser just getting himself into his viewing position. I'll bet he's one of the most frustrated drivers around this circuit. He can't make his debut until Fullbeck. He doesn't turn 7 until then. But here is your grid for the first Cadet 60 final of the 2018 season. Nathan Tighe and Ella Stevens on the front row of the grid. They've each had a win and a second apiece. Who's going to win overall? Oakley Keatley and Kylan Ingram on the second row of the grid. A great start to their seasons and right where they belong. 2 rookies on the third row of the grid, and rightly so. Ryan Smith and Max Fraser. A cracking start to their seasons. Aidan Hassan and Jamie Gurney on the fourth row of the grid. Great to see Jamie Gurney making up good progress, and Aidan Hassan, elbows out, up for the fight. Good to see him in position. Rounding out the top 10, a bit frustrating for Charlie Humphreys, but fighting his way back into contention beautifully in that second race. He will be pushing further forward. And Dylan Briley still making good progress in the top 10. Archie Heron, another of the rookies, getting up to speed very quickly, and Callum Lockett alongside him on the sixth row of the grid. Craig Evans and Ali Hussein, both in the wars and battles in the last race, and hopefully both of them will be at their best. Jamie Scott and Lily Jeffs on the 8th row of the grid, both of them again getting faster with every race. Hudson Cross and Chase Sharp both making their debuts here today and doing a very admirable job in the battles. And Jamie Warner in 19th position, but keep an eye on Josh Turnbull in 20th position. He didn't finish the race last time and had to retire early. He will be particularly motivated to make up places and charge his way further forward, and he is almost certain to do so. His pace is right up in the midst of all of those rookies. So great to see them all there in the positions for the Cadets 60 final, and it is going to be very, very close indeed between them all as the battle is about to commence for the third and final time this weekend in the 2018 birelART UK Series for the Cadets with the 60cc engine karts, and they race from the ages of 7 to 13 in Cadets. And we've got several drivers out here who have had a couple of seasons go at this now. And they're all very, very strong and able-bodied racing drivers. Brenda Walker, watching from home. Do it for Nanny. Max Fraser. Absolutely brilliant stuff. He is going to be absolutely brilliant, and he's had an absolutely cracking day at the office so far. 2 top 6 finishes in his first ever weekend in the championship, and that's going to be really, really exciting to see what he can do for this second race of the day. Third race of the day, I should say. My apologies. So 2 top 6 finishes, and he's going to have another one if he continues on the pace. And, well, the big question is who's going to win the whole thing, because we've had Nathan Tye versus Ella Stevens, but if they continue to battle, there's every chance that Oakley Keatley and Kylan Ingram might get a look in. And there's plenty of other drivers to shoot for. Sarah Cross, Go Hudson, a newbie into the championship in 2018, was not even signed up to race until the latter stages of yesterday. He did the academy in the morning and then did the testing on the Saturday and said, yep, I'm racing, I can do this. And he's absolutely right. He's done a very good job as a rookie. And it's always good to see the guys on the pace, but we've got a terrific crop of rookie drivers this year. When you consider that from year to year, we've had several seasons in the cadets when the field is separated from the front to the back by about 10 seconds or so. It's usually about the average, because, of course, these guys are as young as 7, don't forget. And they're coming into racing for the first time in some cases, straight into a national championship. It's very hard work. It's tough stuff. And they're obviously going to do a very, very hard job through the season. But when you then consider that this year's grid has a lot more drivers on it, there's a good 20 or so drivers on the grid we're predicting for every meeting. And the gap between the front and the back is only 4.5 seconds. That is absolutely astonishing. It's probably the best quality cadet grid we have had in many, many years. The paddock is going from strength to strength, and the quality of the field is absolutely astonishing at the moment. So it's all very exciting, and a lot of support for a lot of the drivers out here around the circuit and further away as well. Mrs. Carter is watching you, Ryan Smith. Go, go, go. What an amazing performance he's had over the course of his first meeting as a cadet in the birelART UK series. Considering that he's had a knife edge to battle with, he was the top 6 in qualifying, and he's been the top 6 for the pre-final. Here we go. Enough waiting, enough speculation. The birelART cadets are heading out for the final time this weekend as they battle around the Llandow circuit to decide who is going to be our first round winner. We've had a winner piece for Ella Stevens in the heat, Nathan Tye in the pre-final, and now they've got to battle it out one more time. Whoever wins this wins it all for the weekend. So let's see who gets the top step of the podium. It's going to be a great finish to the weekend for the cadets. I'll try, if possible, to race down to the holding area at the end of each race to talk to the winners as they come off the carts as well. And hopefully there's going to be some very satisfied and very chatty, happy carters at the end of it all. But we'll see what we can get out of it. So I may leave you with the timing screen graphics telling you what you need to know in my haste to rush down and find the winners. But you're all smart, intelligent people watching at home. I'm sure you can bear with me. So here we go. Tye and Stevens, Keatley and Ingram, Smith and Fraser. And they're going to go round again by the look of it. Yep, they will go round one more time. So that's a false start, unfortunately. Just when the tension was already at fever pitch, and we're going again because we've had Ali Hussein, Josh Turnbull, Lily Jeffs and 100 Hudson Cross falling back off the back of the queue a little bit there. So they're going to have to catch up to the field once again and get themselves back into formation. Tye and Stevens holding the field in formation and giving the carts towards the back of the field a chance to get back into position. So they should do that fairly rapidly. So many good drivers in this grid in the cadets in 2018. It is genuinely the strongest cadet field I can remember looking at pre-season, and I've been commentating on these championships via the YouTube channel since 2014 and via the paddock since the beginning of last year, and this is a great cadet grid, but definitely one of the strongest I think I've ever seen in the birelART UK Series paddock. So as they go down the Hangar Straight, we're going to be attracting some spectators on the main road. How about that? They're in unison with a BMW 3 Series as they go down the straight. Awesome. So the cadets are now neatly into position. They will get there in time, and we will go racing. So it's time to get underway. Are we green? Yes, we are. And it's a cracking start from Ella Stevens round the far side. Is she going to beat Tye to the corner? No, she does not. But she does manage to hold. No, she doesn't manage to hold Keatley at bay. Keatley fights his way through. There's contact further back as Cross has come together with Turnbull and one other driver in there as well. I think that's Jamie Warner. But out in front, it is Ty from Keighley, and a spin as Ingram goes with Smith, and there's a spin from Briley as well. Oh dear, that's all gone pear-shaped. The 86 has gone around as well. That's Ali Hussein, Archie Heron, and it's because there's rain spots on that far side of the circuit. Drivers are going for some brave moves out there, but it's all starting to come awry. But in the lead, it is Nathan Ty in front of Oakley Keighley. Keighley is running second. Terrific start from Oakley Keighley as he continues to pound around. He's made great progress all the way through this race. What if Oakley Keighley could snatch the win off Nathan Ty? Ella Stevens in third position watching on. Absolutely terrific stuff. And these three are out breaking clear in front of the field. Fourth place is Aidan Hassan. Hassan has got himself into a nice position, and Charlie Humphreys has come up to P5. Onto the back. No, make that P4 because Humphreys has got through past Hassan. Terrific stuff. And in sixth place there is still Max Fraser. So Fraser is in the top six. Gurney in seventh. Then Lockett, Evans, Scott, Sharp, Jeffs, Briley. Let's have a look at it again. This is the incident. Ingram goes around and the drivers are all fighting their way through. And it looked like Briley, just trying to dodge the carnage, got tagged by Ali Hussein under the braking zone. Very easy to do. And a real shame that a couple of drivers got spat out into the scenery there. So behind Lily Jeffs, we've got Dylan Briley in 13th. Then it's Ryan Smith, Ali Hussein, Kylan Ingram, Jamie Warner, Josh Turnbull, Hudson Cross and Archie Heron. But Nathan Ty leads. Stevens is into second. Stevens has got past Keighley. I missed that. My apologies. I was so busy focusing on the replay and then the timing screens, I didn't spot it. So Stevens is back in his second place on Oakley Keighley. Well, this is exciting stuff once again, as Oakley Keighley is still there in third position, but Ellis Stevens has made light work of him and is now up to second place once more. Great battles further back as Kylan Ingram is picking off carts like raisins at the moment. This is terrific racing as down the hanger straight comes Nathan Ty. Ellis Stevens and Oakley Keighley in hot pursuit, but Nathan Ty's got a big advantage. It's about a second at this point, so they've got to continue to fight their way forward. Well, it's a bit less than a second now, 7/10 of a second to be precise. Fourth position, Humphreys. Then it's Hassan, Max Fraser, leading novice, Gurney, Lockett, Evans, Scott and Sharp. It was Sharp. Now Dylan Briley's come through and taken the place. And so too has Kylan Ingram and Smith and Ali Hussein. So Sharp is doing his best, but he's still a novice, let's not forget. He is the youngest in the field, I think, at only just turned 7 years old. So originally his plan was to test this year, but he just got impatient and said, Dad, I want to do it now. So he is now racing and doing a good job considering. Nathan Ty, still a good 7/10 of a second ahead of Ella Stevens off the start. And it's going to be hard for Nathan Ty to lose this lead. But if anybody can catch him, it's Ella Stevens. Oakley Keighley in third. Fourth is Charlie Humphreys. Then it's Hassan, Fraser, Gurney, Lockett in 8th place. That will be his highest ever finish if he stays there. Then it's going to be Craig Evans, and in the top 10 at the moment, it is the 49 of Jamie Scott, although he is being caught rapidly by Dylan Briley, who's absolutely rampaging around this circuit, a good 2 seconds faster than a lot of the drivers around him. Briley's going to go for the move. Up in the 10th position he goes. That's nicely done. So Dylan Briley gets back into the top 10, chasing down the rookie Craig Evans. Absolutely great racing here in the Cadets. Nathan Ty holds the advantage on Ella Stevens, and it's good enough to be comfortable, but Ella Stevens is the only one going with him. Oakley Keighley just doesn't quite have the speed to get close to them. But let's not forget, as the rookie champion, to be in the top 3 is exactly where he needs to be. 9th in last year's championship, Oakley Keighley, and right up at the sharp end with a year in his pocket of experience. Humphreys in 4th, Hassan is 5th. And in 6th place, that is Max Fraser. Then we've got Gurney, Lockett, Evans, and it should be Briley actually up into 10th place. Although I think Briley has, yes, he has. Briley has made his way up into 10th position. There's a little issue with my timing screen on the live stream. Unfortunately, it's only updated to 2 laps completed. Quite a lot has changed since then. But we're on lap 6, and Nathan Ty running well. And still holding the lead in front of Ella Stevens. And then in 3rd position, that is Oakley Keighley. Charlie Humphreys in 4th position, sorry. Then Aidan Hassan and Max Fraser. Fraser's getting close to Hassan. Will he have a look under braking for Raymonds? He's too far back from there. But he's definitely getting hungry now, Max Fraser. He wants to break the top 5 before this race is done. Superb motorsport from the guys and girls here in the cadets. Nathan Tye, 0.8 of a second ahead of Ella Stevens. Now our timing screen has refreshed. So we're on lap 7, and Nathan Tye just keeping one eye over his shoulder, just looking back to see where Stevens is. Stevens is still there. 0.8 of a second is the gap. I don't see him losing much ground on Ella Stevens this time, though, because the reigning champion, number 1, Ella Stevens, is doing a good job, but Nathan Tye has just done a little bit better off the line, got himself clear of Oakley Keatley, and has now got an advantage that's big enough to be comfortable for the moment. But is it enough to get the victory? We'll find out. Nathan Tye leads out of Raymond's, across the line once more. Ella Stevens is closing in. The gap comes down a little bit more. But Nathan Tye sets a new fastest lap of the race. A 50.909 is the fastest lap of the race, and it's Nathan Tye who's done it. Obviously getting away when he needed to at the crucial stage of the race when he had to start building up a gap. He made himself a bit of a cushion of about 7 to 0.8 of a second. Got good battles elsewhere. Aidan Hassan trying to hang on in front of Max Fraser for 5th position. And down the hanger straight, we've got Hudson Cross hanging on from Archie Heron. And those two having a good scrap. Oh, and a bit of a slip there for the 100 out of Raymond's for Hudson Cross. He'll get that back, but Jamie Warner goes through as well. The rookies have all got to do their best in a very tough situation. They're doing the best they can. Josh Turnbull is going to get the lap on him by Nathan Tye and Ella Stevens, but how much time Nathan Tye loses behind him is going to be critical, because they don't tend to spend a lot of time going through the traffic, these two. Look at Max Fraser swarming around behind Aidan Hassan as he has a go for 5th position through the hook, and he's not quite going to get there. He might get it lined up for Surtees, though. He's got absolutely no fear, this boy. Kylan Ingram has caught right up to the back of Craig Evans. Dylan Briley's already got past him. Hassan really on the defensive from Max Fraser. Fraser's just getting on with this and having a great tussle. This is magic motorsport from the cadets in birelART UK Series. Nathan Tye is through on the back marker. Ella Stevens likewise. And I think she's made a tiny bit of time on Nathan Tye. But again, nothing to write home about as Hudson Cross closes up on Jamie Warner and tries to get the overtaking move in. Still a good run this from Ella Stevens to close up as hard as possible on Nathan Tye. Well, she was 0.2 quicker on that lap, so she is gaining some ground. And if she keeps doing that, there's 4 minutes plus 1 lap left of this final, so she has got time. And it's definitely not done yet for Ella Stevens. She's closer than, I think, Oakley. Well, she's definitely closer than Nathan Tye would feel comfortable with at this stage. Dylan Briley and Kylan Ingram coming back through the field together, 9th and 10th. Having worked their magic on Craig Evans. But Evans has still done a fantastic job in his first meeting as a cadet driver in birelART UK. Nathan Tye and Ella Stevens tightening up again. Blue flags waving for Warner and Cross. And that's because they've got Nathan Tye and Ella Stevens closing in on them. Now they've got to be careful about how they do this, because they could hold up the leaders, and that could really cause a problem for Nathan Tye. Blue flags waving. Nathan Tye's got to catch them at the right moment here without losing too much of a position. Nathan Tye's going to go the long way on Hudson Cross. I'm going to go likewise on Warner. And it looks to me as though Ella Stevens has definitely made up a lot of space on the course of that. Ella Stevens is getting very close indeed to our race leader, Nathan Tye, through the traffic. She has got a perfect opportunity now to size up Nathan Tye. She's right on the back of him. So in the traffic, that's where Nathan Tye is weak. In comparison to Ella Stevens. Ella Stevens has made up so much time. Out of the dell they come and onto the hanger straight. The gap between them is very close now. Here they come, halfway down the straight, closing up on another battle. Ella Stevens right underneath Nathan Tye. Oakley Keatley coming through the traffic as well. That's Ali Hussein and Archie Heron battling away for position. Now, if those two continue to scrap away, they could end up causing a real problem for Nathan Tye, with Ella Stevens now breathing down his neck. That lead he had is gone through the traffic, so Ella Stevens still has a chance to pounce on him. This is going to go down to the wire at this rate. Nathan Tye and Ella Stevens still having a great tussle. There's a great battle going on as well between Kylan Ingram, Dylan Briley and Callum Lockett, and we've had a yellow flag as we've had an off there at the Dell, and it looks to me like that's Ali Hussein. The 85 has had a bit of an off there on the exit of... yeah, that's the 86. Ali Hussein has had an off there on the exit of the Dell. He's brought it back onto the circuit again. Here comes the lead battle, though. They're getting on the inside of Chase Sharp. Sharp needs to get out of the way. Goodness me. Nathan Tye and Ella Stevens just about get through. But with 1 minute 45 plus a lap on the board, that's going to be a bit of a scary one. Oakley Keatley deals with Archie Heron, no problem at all. Charlie Humphreys is caught up to the back of the 100. And that is Hudson Cross, of course. But Aidan Hassan and Max Fraser are still battling away with that 5th position. That could still go either way. Really exciting stuff here from the cadets, and it's going to go down to the wire for the race victory with Nathan Tye still hanging on in front of Ella Stevens, and they've still got traffic in front of them. So they've got to keep the pace here. Ella Stevens has an opportunity to pounce. If she does what she did in the heat, then it's almost certainly done and dusted for her, but she's got to hope that she can break close enough to Nathan Tye. Will she go for the move into the hairpin? No, she's not quite ready yet. But if she gets a good undercut on Nathan Tye, it's going to be Nathan who makes the pressure cooker boil over. 54 seconds to go in the race. Then there will be 1 lap after that. Oh, this is tight. This could go either way between these two. I think we're on the penultimate lap here. We might get 1 more lap in depending on when they cross the line. But Nathan Tye and Ella Stevens, as they have done in the heat, as they have done in the pre-final, battling for the victory. And whoever beats the other can claim that they are the best racer around Llandow over the course of 3 races. It's going to be close. Both of them have the ability to win here. Both of them are as good as each other. Nathan Tye, desperate to get a title out of his 2018 birelART UK Cadet title campaign. Ella Stevens, desperate to defend it down into the hairpin. Ella Stevens wants as many good results as possible in case she has to miss a round or 2 later. There is going to be an additional lap, so there's 2 laps to go now. 2 to go, and Ella Stevens knows that she's got to push. On the back of Nathan Tye. Ella Stevens versus Nathan Tye for the victory. Oakley Keatley doing a grand job in 3rd position, kind of in no man's land, but Nathan Tye starting the defence on Ella Stevens. They've got 4 seconds to Oakley Keatley, and I don't think they've got any more slower traffic to hold them up to the finish. Well, they've got 1 more, actually, and I think the blue flag is going to come out pretty quickly for them down the hanger straight, so that shouldn't cause too much of a problem. Nathan Tye and Ella Stevens are going to dive straight through at the Dell, and that was 86 Ali Hussein getting right out of the way. Good work from Ali. And now we're down the back straight once again. Up to the hanger straight. Is this going to be a move from Ella Stevens into the hairpin? Oh, it's going to be tight. And they're going to go into the last lap this time by 1 more lap to go. And Ella Stevens is swarming around Nathan Tye. Nathan Tye dives for that inside line to defend it. This cadet battle is going right to the wire between these two, Nathan Tye and Ella Stevens. Stevens has a look down towards Surtees. Tye covers the inside line through the double left apex. Stevens now looks to the other side. Tye is there just in time. Brilliant stuff as they come off of McWhirters. Down through Lancaster Curve. Is Ella Stevens going to get the move? No, Nathan Tye's going to move to cover. Through to the right-hander. Up to the Spitfire straight. And still Ella Stevens is breathing down the neck of Nathan Tye as they go into the Dell. This is terrific stuff. Ella Stevens has already had 2 or 3 goes of it on this lap. Nathan Tye's been right there to cover. He's now practically flirting with the inside line on the way down the hanger straight. Is Ella Stevens going to get one up on him? Under braking for the hairpin. It's now or never. They're going to be side by side again, but this time it's Nathan Tye. Nathan Tye's done it. Terrific. Nathan Tye gets the flag for 2 wins out of 3. The reigning champion is defeated. Ella Stevens did her best, but it just wasn't quite enough today. Nathan Tye wins it. Oakley Keatley second. Ella Stevens second. Oakley Keatley is third behind them. Charlie Humphreys fourth from Aidan Hassan and Max Fraser, who makes it 3 top 6 finishes out of 3 as a rookie in the cadets. Absolutely amazing work. Jamie Gurney fights back to 7th place. A terrific fight back from Kylan Ingram and Dylan Brierley. Kylan and Dylan are 8th and 9th at the end of it all, and 10th place for Callum Lockett. Well, I would stay and hang around, but actually I think we're already going to get the junior race underway pretty sharpish, so I'm not quite going to have enough time to go and chat with them after. We might be able to get some radio interviews with them a little bit later on anyway. But what a fantastic result for Nathan Tye. And I know that Mum and Dad are going to be absolutely elated with that one. He works so hard, does Nathan Tye. He works hard and plays hard. He's a lovely chap, lovely little character, and so worthy, so deserving of these victories that he picks up. Last year, there was a bit of a signal that 2018 was going to be his year. His first weekend in the championship here at Llandow, he has made sure of that. Absolutely terrific racing from Nathan Tye to be a worthy final winner. He's done a great job. Great fight backs from a lot of drivers who were on the back foot coming into this one. First of the rookies home is Max Fraser in the top 6 for the 3rd time in a row. And really good stuff. Ty Stevens, Keatley Humphreys, Hassan Fraser in the top 6. And that's a great start to the season. Can the juniors outdo them? Well, I guess we're about to find out, because the juniors will have several drivers fighting their way through the field as well. But Callum Gunning has got to be beaten eventually. Anyway, so let's get straight underway with our Cadets 60 final. Absolutely brilliant racing from 3 races. And I have to say, before we get started with the podiums, can I have a huge round of applause for all the novices, please? Because this has been genuinely, I think it's genuinely the best debut for novices in the championship history. I mean, when you look at the front of the grid to the back of the grid, it's only covered in qualifying like 4.5 seconds.
I knew that. From the front to the back of the rookies and the cadets. So that's absolutely amazing. Well done to all of you.
So, we'll start with our leading rookie in the cadets for the first round here at Llandow, and that goes to the man 6th overall, Max Fraser! You can have a picture on the top there, no problem at all there, Max, and that is your leading rookie. 3 top 6 finishes today in the cadets, and a very good job indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, Max Fraser, your leading rookie. Well done, Right, so we'll get towards this. We can have a full podium photo in just a moment. In 3rd position, our number 9, Oakley Keatley! Fantastic job today. Great fights all the way through. In 2nd position, our reigning champion, Ella Stevens! Fantastic job. But for the first time in a final, and the 3rd time ever in the Cadets Championship, on the top of the dais, our number 5, Nathan Tye! Very popular first final entry. I'm disappointed he didn't floss on that one, actually. He's been doing it most of the weekends. Anyway, there are 3 on the podium, as well as our leading rookie. And let's get all of them together on the top step as well. I think that'll be a really good picture if we can all squeeze in. Just about. So there you go, your podium finishers in the first round of the championship at Llandow. Your leading rookie, Max Fraser, and Oakley Keatley and the Stevens in race with Nathan Tye! With our raceman Nathan. No, just on the top of the podium. We're about the same height. So Nathan, tough work today, really great racing throughout. Talk us through your weekend. I think there's going to be a few more things to come. Great picture, if you like it. So, see any more victories? Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, Nathan Tye!